Alright, my Bears family, we are back here in week 5 of this season. As you can see, we are facing UMASS Dartmouth. Now we're coming off of a bye, so we've had a long time to prepare for this game. We spent a little bit extra time celebrating that win versus San Jose a couple weeks ago. You know, we had the bye, so we stayed out in California like one day longer just to get a little extra celebration in. But when we got back to Mass, we were ready to put in that work. And let me tell you, this week in practice, guys, it was probably the most intense week of practice that we have had as a program in a long time. It's our first game against UMASS Dartmouth at the Division I level, and this rivalry, I mean, it's as hot as ever. You can see they're looking for their first win, we're looking to get to 500, and they're coming to Swenson hoping to try to lay a smackdown on. Except our Bears are ready to eat some Pirates and leave this team in the dirt and send them back to Division III where they belong. So we're going to see how this game goes for us. I like our chances. We've had a great week of practice, and we are ready to work. Alright guys, we're getting ready for this game to start. As you can see, we are coming into the first MAC action of UMASS Dartmouth versus Bridgewater State. We're taking the opening kickoff, and our Bears are in all black today because they know it's going to be a Corsair funeral. We're ready to embarrass this team and show the FBS that they shouldn't have brought this team up with us. We should have been the only MASCAC school to come to Division I level. Now, as you've known throughout the season, Olsen has had a really bad turnover bug. You know, we've let him know this week that this game he's on a very short leash. This is a big rivalry for us, and we cannot have his turnover bug costing us this game. Now we're handing it off early to Tyson here. He's got a little bit of a gap to go through, but he's only able to pick up 2 on that drive. Ideally, we can do a little bit better in the run game because that wasn't very great. As you guys could see, the season's kind of been taking a toll on Tyson. His legs are hurting a little bit, so he's going to probably have a little bit less of a load this game. But luckily, Buford Jr. is that guy. He's a young kid. He's getting ready to take the reins as time goes on. Ideally, he's trying to get that second running back on the depth chart spot over Strickland. We're going to come out and throw the ball here, and we're going to see if our talk with Olsen has finally gone through to him, because I am more than ready to sit him on the bench. I can't be losing our first game against UMass at this level, and we cannot be having him be the reason why. He's just going to hit Strickland here. He's going to play it smart, because we're not trying to turn the ball over this early in the game. Ideally, our talk has brought a different animal out of him. I'm hoping I can see flashes of a real Division I quarterback and not someone who just happened to get called up to D1 with the team. Now let's see. We're going to try and get him on trickery here, and it looks like we had them fooled. We're going to pick up big yards on the reverse. Page is off to the races. He's dropped down right around the 50. He's at the 47-yard line, and after a play like that, we have a whole bunch of momentum going into this. UMASS Dartmouth is not coming ready to play today. We're going to hand it off to Strickland here. He has a little bit of space to run. He's able to pick up 5 on that play. He's even looking like a different animal. He's sick of being on the bench. He wants to get his first spot back. Now, if Tyson's having some health issues, I'm not opposed to letting Strickland be the main guy today. Olsen's going to take it. He's going to pitch it out to Buford extremely late. We're going to lose some. Buford turns nothing into something and is able to pick up at least a yard. I'll take 1 yard over a loss of 7 any day of the week. That was a really bad read by Olsen on that play. He's playing selfish and didn't want to pitch the ball. Now we got to throw for the first here. If the lane's there, I'm going to let Olsen run, and it looks like he has space. He's just going to get down and slide after picking up the easy first down. It looks like our Bears came ready to play today, and that intense week of practice is really showing right now. They're just completely out-physicaling UMASS Dartmouth. He's going to hit the bubble. Their cornerback's going to make a phenomenal play in the ball in that play. I can't even be upset. That was just an impressive play by the cornerback for UMASS Dartmouth. Now we're going to switch it up here. We're going to run the second along, see if we can catch UMD sleeping. We're going to try and get some space. Strickland has the edge. He's able to pick up a few yards on second. 3rd and 7 isn't ideal. We're going to get the screen. I'm hoping that we can see Tyson a little more this game, because right now the way it's looking, it's going to be the Strickland and Buford show, which is kind of terrifying. We haven't seen this combination much. Strickland's looking tired, but we're going to send the ball out to him and see what he's got for us. Now, unfortunately, our offensive lineman didn't feel like getting out of the way on that play, so we were able to not do anything. We're at the 37-yard line. I don't trust our kicker, but we're way too close not to punt. I mean, to not punt. I can't. We're going for it here. I know it's early in the game, but I'm not punting at our 37. That's silly. Williamson drops it on 4th there, and we're going to have the turnover. Our defense is coming out on the field for the first time today. As you can see, ironically, our impact players kind of look very similar to each other. I mean, they're very similar schools coming from very similar areas of the United States. They're only about 45 minutes to an hour away from each other, so it's not surprising that a lot of our players are similar to each other. Now, they're going to start the game off with a run. We're able to stop them after a gain of 2. This team, the defense, if you guys remember last week, the defense balled. They scored more points than our offense, and they're the sole reason we got our first victory. They're the reason we're sitting at 1-2 right now and not winless still. Now, we're hoping that our defense can carry us to another victory today. Again, we're in all black because it is the Corsairs funeral. We're hoping that we can really embarrass them and show them that we own this rivalry at this level. Freeman is locking up the defense, and we're going to get a sack. Ideally, we can get our pressure there a little bit faster than we did last time. That was a little rough, but I can't complain. That's a coverage sack. Unfortunately, a D lineman's going to get that statistic, but that's because of the coverage we had in the secondary and at the next level of the field. That was just an impressive performance. It's very rare that we can do that well in the secondary. We force a punt here. We're going to see what we got. Looks like their punter has a decent leg, but Buford's going to get the return. He has some space. He breaks the tackle. He's brought down at the 33. That's a solid run. He's given us some pretty good field position. Now, with a big game like this, we're obviously going to bring out some trickery, so we're going to see if Page can get the ball out. Let's see what he's got for us. We're going to hand it off. Unfortunately, he's hit before he can even toss the ball, and that didn't work out for us. But at least we know that Page definitely cannot be throwing the ball. Now, we had a few young guys have an impressive week of practice, so they might be getting some reps at that slot position along with Page today. I'm trying to see what else we have on this team. Now we're going to give the screen here another go. Hopefully our offensive linemen can get their large butts out of the way so we can actually run a little bit. We get the screen off. Strickland looks like he's going to get caught, but he's going to pick up the first down first. I'll take it. We don't need 30. We just needed 6. Now I'm trusting Olsen today that he's going to be able to make some plays with the ball. This is the first time he's playing this school. He's all hyped up because they actually wanted him. And unfortunately, he throws it behind the receiver on that. But yeah, they wanted him originally. But Bridgewater came calling, and Olsen decided that he wanted to be a Bear. Bears are just as superior to Pirates. I'm taking a Bear in a fight over a Pirate any day of the week. Buford's going to make a solid cut, and he has a bunch of space to run. He's making a man miss. He's breaking a tackle. He's down at the 38-yard line on the other side of the field. Huge plays. Buford, again, is having a huge day. We're lacking Tyson early on in this game. Apparently, he's just not feeling it today. He's with the trainers, and they're letting him. He's probably let us know that he's pretty limited. Now, it looks like we have great play of the other secondary in that. We had a step, and unfortunately, we just weren't able to get the ball there on that play. Now on second down after the incompletion. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Strickland's going to get a carry. Another sweep to the outside. He has a bunch of space. He's going to make someone miss. He gets the first down and then some. He's down. It looks like UMD is having an issue. There's an injury problem on the field. Adewale Rin. He's down. He's out. We're hoping that's an extended injury. I mean, we hate this team. We hate them. We don't care what happens. We have no respect for them or their coach. It's going to be a handoff here to Strickland. Strickland isn't, unfortunately, able to make their linebacker miss, and he's brought down after just a gain of 1. We're given the trickery enough. We can't open up the book this early on in the game, so we're just going to hit the little jet touch past the Page and hope we can get in some space. It looks like he's going to have some space to maybe get the touchdown. He's unfortunately brought down inside the 10 of the 9-yard line. It's 1st and goals, fellas. We're having a huge drive. We're having a huge second drive of the game. We're going to look for the touchdown here. Olsen doesn't like anything. He goes to scramble and unfortunately runs into a sack there. Man. Olsen, man, he's just having such a rough time at this level. Again, I liked what we saw from our young guys in practice this week. I'm more than open to give him a shot if I feel like we have to. Olsen's trying to get away from the pressure. He's just going to have to throw it away in here. He was pretty under duress right away. I'm not upset with that decision there. Now, we're close enough that we can get a field goal, but I want to get a touchdown early. It looks like they're going to take the risk and press Williamson on the outside, so we might have an easy touchdown here.
That is a victory for them. Stepping to the right.
Strickland has space. He's going to make a spin, and again, he's brought back down to where we originally were at the 9. We're just going to take the field goal here. We're not going to risk anything. We don't want to put us in a weird hole early in the game. We're kicking it. It's going to go right through the uprights for 3. Again, our kicker has had a little bit of a resurgence ever since that rough week 2. He's back. Seems like he was just a little shaky and a little nervous that game. We're kicking off here. Van Claiborne's running the field, looking to make a huge play. Their returner makes a great cut, and he unfortunately gets down to the 20. I was hoping we can get them inside their 20. It wasn't. The cards were in our favor on that one. But I have a feeling that this offense is going to be able to move on our defense all day. I have a feeling this is going to be a slaughter. Now they're being silly. They're running an RPO. Our cornerback can't make the tackle, and they're going to have some huge yards on the play. They pick up a first down. We make a good hit in the backfield, and then unfortunately we just weren't able to make the tackle. We have to wrap up if we want to put this team down and out early. We have to step on the gas and keep stepping. Horrible throw by their starting quarterback. I don't know who he was throwing to. That was about 5 yards short of anybody on the field. Honestly, could have been intentional grounding. Obviously, the hit is the reason that happened, but that's all right. It looks like they're going to give a carry a go here. Their running back's going to have some space. He's going to pick up 6 before we bring him down. We're going to send some heat at them here. Never mind. It's the end of the quarter. It's only 3-0 here. I was kind of hoping it would be more like 14-0. We have had some issues punching the ball in the end zone. We had a big loss down inside the 10. We had to settle for 3. And, I made the decision to go for it on 4th down because I wasn't going to punt it from the 37. So it's a little bit on me, a little bit on the capitalization from the squad. But our defense came to play again today. They make the tackle. Unfortunately, they are going to pick up the first down before we do that. But they still have a lot of yards to go before they can even sniff 3 points. Never mind the touchdown. They're going to give it another run here. Unfortunately, the running back is too slow. Just 0 nitrous in the tank on that one. He's too slow. They probably should go and look at their recruiting class, and hopefully the running back is in their future. Because this guy just ain't it. He's just not it.
They'll try the run.
Again, we're stopping him on another short gain of 3. And they're probably going to be throwing it here. So we are going to come out. A little double mug nickel. Hopefully scare their quarterback, make them think that we're blitzing, and force them into a bad decision. Now we're going to be playing the pass here.
From the gun, wants to pass.
And we're not able to make the tackle. Our cornerback takes a really bad angle there, and they pick up the first down. Again, we're not gonna win this game, fellas, if we can't make better angles and make the tackle. Again, another new uniform combination. Like I said, obviously it's the all black because it is a funeral, but we also have the white helmet making its first ever debut. It's the first ever debut for the white helmet. If you guys want to let me know how it thinks down in the comments, that'd be great. I like the way they came out, but obviously everyone's opinion is their own. Van Claiborne goes to fill the hole there. Unfortunately, the offensive guard meets him there, and they're able to pick up a big run. Now they got a little bit of momentum going. I'm hoping our defense can start to wake up a little bit and avoid giving up the touchdown. I'm cool with 3. 3 ties it, but a touchdown gives them the lead. Now we missed the huge hit there, but we are able to clean it up a little bit. Freeman is still being that leader that he knows he is. He's keeping the defense awake and alert. He's like our Luke Kuechly. A little less talented, but he's that role for our defense. Now we missed the tackle there. and it looks like they're going to get brought down at the 1. Hopefully we can make a good goal line stand here.
New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense.
I'm going to pinch the D-line. And Van Claiborne is going to shoot the gap as soon as he can. He tries to time up the snap, unfortunately too early, but we're able to make the TFL. Lost it 2. We had them on 2nd and goal. We're not going to let them score. This is our end zone. We're going to defend it. We're able to bring them down after a gain of 2, right back to where they were. And again, we're looking to defend our end zone. And they're able to walk in on 3rd. Unfortunately, they did get the touchdown they needed. It's always tough. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Spencer Hart, number 12, is able to make the play. He's able to punch it in the end zone there. We are down 7-3 here in the 2nd quarter. We're going to need some momentum on our side. We're going to need to get a touchdown and go up again. If we can't get a touchdown in this drive, our hopes aren't exactly great. Again, we're hoping this is going to be an intense game. And right now, it's looking like it already is. It's a low score here in the 2nd quarter. 2 evenly matched teams ready to go at it. Tyson looks like he's back on the field here, but again, he's just blocking. It looks like he's very, very limited today. Strickland's going to make a cut and pick up 5 yards on the play. We're going to give the option a go. We got Tyson back. It looks like he's going to be back for the rest of the game. We'll have to monitor his situation, though. Olsen has space. He's going to get the first, and that's all we need there. He didn't need to pitch it. He made the good read. He tried to turn it a little bit more into something, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. Now we're going to give Strickland the sweep here, a little outside run action. He's going to cut it up between the tackles, and he's able to pick up 3 on the play, down at the 34-yard line. And now we're going to give Olsen a shot to air it out. We're hoping we can get the time to throw the ball. If we don't, obviously it's not going to be great. He almost had the time to throw the ball. Unfortunately, he was hit as the ball was coming out. He did have his receiver open, but you can't get the ball if you're getting hit as you're throwing it. We're going to send Tyson out in motion. Send him on a little deeper down the field to get the cornerback out of there. Send a drag underneath, and we're going to go for the first down. Foreman's able to pick up the first. That's all we need there. He tried making a man miss. Unfortunately, they are a very well-coached team, and they can make those tackles. Now, it looks like Tyson's back and ready to get the run. We're going to see what he's got. He's got a carry. He's got space. He picks up 9 on first. We're at 2nd and 1, looking to do a little bit more. Now, Olsen is a little, he's not the most dual threat guy, but he can at least move around a little bit. So we're going to keep running this option if they want to give it to him. We're actually going to hand it off to Strickland here. He's able to get the first, make a man miss, and get brought down at the 42. Again, like I said, Olsen isn't the most mobile guy, but he's not a stone wall. He doesn't just stand there in the pocket. He can move around if he has to. He tries to not, but he can do it. Now Tyson's going to get the screen here. He's playing, he's following his offensive line's blocks, and he's able to pick up 9. He's hurting. I'm thinking that we might have to shut him down for the day, fellas. I don't really like the way it's looking. I can't risk losing one of our best playmakers for the rest of the season.
Looking to pass on 2nd down.
Olsen's going to scramble. He's going to try and pick up a yard, but he actually ends up losing 2. Great play by their defensive lineman, Vitiliano Long. Unfortunately, they make the sack there, and we're on 3rd and 3. Now we're going to run the ball. Ideally, they're not ready for it. It looks like this space, and he's able to end up on 4th and 1. I'm thinking that we got to go for it. We need the momentum. We don't get ball at half. We need to go into halftime with a lead, though. I'm not trusting our kicker from here, so we're just going to go for it on 4th and short. And Tyson is able to pick up the first on 4th. We're back here. Now we're going to fool them here. We've been running a lot, so we're going to hit them with a play-action pass and see if we can get them. Unfortunately, 2-minute warning had other options in mind. Now it looks like his risk of injuries has dropped a little bit, so it looks like he's going to be a little bit more available, and that's good. It's good to have Tyson back. I'm glad he only needed that 1 quarter of rest to get back into it. Now, no one wants to get open. It looks like he's going to have that turnover bug coming back. And it's looking like I'm going to have to scream at Tyson on the sideline here and let him know that there's a chance he's going on the bench in the second half. It's ridiculous. Our senior leader cannot hold on to the ball, and I can't risk him losing games like this for us. It's just unfortunate. I hate having to bench the kid, but if he wants to keep turning the ball over, he cannot stay on the field. It's that simple. Now, our defense does a great job blocking it up there, and the quarterback then just throwing the ball away. I mean, the quarterback's terrified. He doesn't want to turn the ball over, and that's understandable. That's understandable. He doesn't want to be in an Olsen situation. Looks like they're going to be throwing the ball again. Freeman makes a huge hit on their receiver there and stopping them short. They're on they got 3rd and 3. A minute 40. I'm thinking they're probably going to pass here. So I'm going to have our defense play the pass. And they're coming out empty, actually. So it looks like they are definitely going to be throwing the ball. Unfortunately, they are wide open backside with a bunch of space to move. And we can't make the tackle. We go to make the hit late out of bounds. Hopefully get them out of the game. Now again, Spencer Hart is killing us so far in this early in this game. Now, if you can see, he kind of has a striking resemblance to Strickland. Yeah, maybe down the line somewhere they're related, but who knows? Who knows? You got to put your hands up there, Freeman. I mean, you're right there to make a play. You put your hands up, odds are it's going to be an interception. I don't know what happened, but I guess he just had a brain fart. They're coming out throwing here. We put the hit stick on them and knock them down early. Now, with such a little time, they're definitely going to be airing the ball out here. We try to force the ball out. Another huge hit on their tight end. We're hoping we can get him out of the game. We're hoping we can get him out of the game. Unfortunately, they came ready to play. Apparently, they may have practiced a little harder than we did. Now, I promise you, this isn't actually Sam Houston's Bauer Stadium. It is Swenson Athletic Complex. They're throwing underneath. We got a huge hit from Van Claiborne on Fulton. Again, looks oddly similar and happens to be from New Hampshire, like Demetrius on our squad. But don't think anything of it. I promise you, they're not the same person and they're not related.
That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Now we stop them short. I mean, they're basically in the end zone there. The only thing stopping them from scoring is air. We're sending the house on this play. We're hoping we can avoid giving up a score. Now we stop them short here. They're down to 1 timeout. We're going to see it. I mean, if I was them, I'd be settling for 3 right now. I wouldn't be taking the risk of coming away with nothing. And their receiver's just wide open in the back of the end zone. Horrible play by the safety, and we give up a touchdown. We're down 14-3 going into the half. They get ball at half with a chance to go up 21-3. And again, our Bears just apparently aren't ready to play today. You'd figure with all the crap talk they had all week in practice and all the fights they almost broke out into with each other amongst the week that they come ready to rip someone's head off today. But so far, that has not been the case. This UMASS Dartmouth team has been shutting us down.
And the extra point is good, and they have an
Again,
11-point lead.
we don't like them, we don't like us, but I'm just saying it how it is. We don't like them, they don't like us. We're going to call it fair catch and see if we can get a score here to end the half. I don't really want to need the ball going into half, so we're just going to chuck it up and see what happens. Maybe we can get a pass interference to get us down past the 50. Maybe not, but let's see what we got.
Going up top on first down. Dances away to buy time. He's going to let one go back to the middle.
And we're going to throw an interception in the half. I'm not really going to count that one on the stat line. We're just throwing it up there. Now, fellas, at halftime, we have a huge decision to make. Do we want to bench Olsen? We've given him multiple warnings. We let him know that his leash is short, and I think we're going to officially have to make that decision that Olsen is going to be going to the bench for the second half. I hate to have to bench our senior leader, but unfortunately, after that first half showing that he put on for us, he's not going to be able to be the starter today. We're going to see what junior David DePaul out of Oakdale, Connecticut has. You know, he moves a little bit less. He's honestly nowhere near as good as Olsen, but we're gonna see if he came ready to play to take that #1 spot from Olsen on the squad. You know, like I said, I'm open to playing the younger kid if he's gonna outperform. He had a good week of practice this week, so I'm confident that he's gonna be able to lead us to victory in the second half here.
Give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Here comes the offense onto the field.
Now we're coming out. We screamed at the defense at halftime, let them know that this team shouldn't even be anywhere close to having 14 points right now. So we're hoping that they've woken up a little bit after that stern talking to that the coaching staff put on. I screamed at the DC too, let him know that his job's on the line here. I mean, I'm not gonna have this poor performance from our defense week after week. I can deal against the good teams like UTSA and Temple, but we're not gonna do it against teams that are on our level like UMASS Dartmouth. It seems like it's worked so far. We have him on 3rd down here. And I mean, they're just going to hit us over the top. We unfortunately played the wrong receiver there, and they pick up a huge play all the way down at the other 42. I don't know. That's not really on the defense there. That was just a great play by their quarterback hitting the right receiver. We decided to play under, and they threw over. That is horrible by the defense. That's horrible. You got to make the tackle, man. We're down 21-3 here quickly in the second half. Luckily, we have a lot of time to make up these 3-4 scores to ideally get the win. But this game is just, it's not going our way today. It took them 47 seconds to score a touchdown. That's just not winning football, fellas. Again, they were talking all that trash all week. You'd think we came out ready to punch this team in the mouth early, and we just have not been. Tyson has space. He's going to get a return. He's unfortunately brought down at the 45-yard line. A little bit more space. He might have been off to the races. That's a huge momentum gainer for our offense. It's been kind of slow today. Again, we have Junior DePaul out there after benching Olsen after that horrible first half. So we're gonna introduce him to the offense slowly. Tyson's making people miss. He's getting us down to the 41, and our offense came out ready in the second half. Now, DePaul is a timid kid. He's probably going to be playing it smart early on because he doesn't want to get benched again. He's actually going to hit Williamson, and unfortunately, Williamson is going to make the drop and make DePaul's stats look bad. You hate to see that. We got to hold on to those balls, but we're just going to play it safe here and go screen on 2nd down. Ideally, I mean, screens are very obviously the strong point of our offense. We're able to pick up 7 there and put us in a little bit better of a situation. Now, we're not sure about this kid's football IQ here. We're hoping it's about as good as Olsen's, and he's able to read this RPO well. It looks like he's going to be able to get out there. Page is going to have space to run. He's going to make a man miss. He's going to make another man miss, gets us down at the 20. Huge play by Scooter Page on 3rd there to get us down inside the red zone. DePaul looks ready to air it out. He's on the move. He's got Page open. Page looks to score. He's unfortunately stopped at the 1. He probably could have went in if he just ran. Unfortunately, he tried getting fancy. Looks like we're in a great position to score and get back within 2 scores here. Tyson's tired, but we're going to give him the ball, and he's going to walk into the end zone. The huge season for the kid continues. You love to see it from the kid. You love to see it. Amazing. I mean, he's just a great player for us. He really is. He runs hard, he runs fast, and no one can stop him. It's unfortunate that he had the injury bug early in his life and he was unable to get to the FBS level. Because, again, this would be someone we could probably be seeing on Sundays if he had 4 years of FBS training. Hopefully our defense has woken up after that great drive by our offense. I mean, that was methodical, that was intense, that was powerful. We're hoping that some of it has carried over. They're going to hit us with the jet touch pass. Their receiver's going to make a move, and he's going to pick up about 15, 20 yards on that play. Clearly our defense has not woken up after that pitiful first half and pitiful first drive. But who knows? Who knows? Looks like they're going to run it. We stopped them after a gain of 5. You know, if you remember last week, you know, a lot of our turnovers came in our secondary making great plays. Actually, all of our turnovers came from our secondary making great plays. But those plays kind of didn't come until later in the game. It took a while again for the defense to get turned on. That play, Garland is able to walk in untouched and make the TFL. We're gonna play the pass here. Obviously, we know that they're gonna be throwing the ball, so we're gonna stick to coming out in zone coverage. We're gonna see if we can stop them.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on third down from the 43.
We get the sack on third, forcing fourth down. Huge play from our defensive line on that. Just amazing. Great. That's a great way to kill any of their momentum. It looked like they had a receiver getting open underneath late in that drive, but Joshua Townsend is able to get there before their quarterback can get the ball out. He has 2 sacks today. He came ready to play. He wants that MAC Defensive Player of the Week, just like his teammate Jalen Bowie.
Here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away.
After forcing the punt, we luckily didn't have a get away from the ball, a little poison action. I'd rather have our offense drive. We're going to run a little bit of a toss here, see if we can get Tyson in some space to the wide side of the field. He goes to make the cut. He unfortunately is brought down. Luckily, he's able to get back up to the line of scrimmage. Not an ideal play on first. We're at second and long here. We're gonna go back to our bread and butter, the screens. Tyson has some space. He's able to get out there. He makes a man miss, and he gets down to 3rd and 1. Now, I'm not sure how confident I am with DePaul's ability to read the option here, so we're going to probably stray away from it a little bit here in the second half. But we're just going to hand it off to Tyson and hopefully pick him an easy first. A nice easy first down, gain of 2 to 3 yards. Cannot complain. Again, run-heavy team, so we're hoping we can get other teams to bite on our play actions. We're going to see what we can do here.
No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
DePaul fumbles, and he turns the ball over, man. You hate to see it. He was trying to get some yards, but sometimes you just got to play it smart. You hate to see it. Hate to see it. Giving UMass Dartmouth a lot of their momentum back. Huge hit from Freeman in the hole. Huge hit. We're trying to get Hart out of the game. He's been one of their big players this game, and hits like that will slow him down drastically. We're able to stop him after a short gain of 4. Now we have 3rd and medium here. I'm thinking that I'm just going to run man. That's kind of what I'm feeling on this play. Doubling their main receiver. Let's see what we got. Unfortunately, we run the double team, and instead, someone else gets open. Horrible play by our secondary. Our defense really needs to wake up. We're behind 11 in this game, and if we go down a little bit more, that might be the ball game. Huge play from our defensive line. Once again, our D-line came to play today. I believe that's Taj Cole on the play. I could be wrong, but I mean, huge play from the kid. Huge play. We're going to have to check the stats on that. It's Kobe Garland. That's a mess up on my end. Huge play from Kobe Garland. I mean, embarrasses the offensive lineman and is able to get to the quarterback rather quickly on that play. Our D-line came to play today. This is the first time this season that they've really came to play, but I mean, they're making some huge moves. They're going to run the jet touch pass. We're going to go to get out there. We can't make the tackle on first contact. We're able to wrap him up shortly after that. They have 3rd and long. You already know we're playing the pass on this play. It would be silly to not. Ideally, we can stop them here and hold them to hopefully 3 or 0. Their quarterback's just going to throw it away on 3rd. It looks like they're settling for 3 after this drive. Let's hope that their kicker, Thomas Twain, sucks and misses this. And he's actually going to strike it right down the middle. It's a rather impressive kick. That was a decent distance all the way from the hash. Solid play by that kid. Now, if you guys remember, Tyson had that huge return. They're going to keep kicking to him. Let's see what he can do on this one. Now, he breaks a tackle and is able to get down to the 26. You know, can't complain. That's all I got on that one.
get the drive started. This is when the pressure
Tyson's going to get a carry. He's going to make a cut. He's unable to break the tackle. He's at least able to pick up a yard.
I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that.
Now, last drive, we had a solid amount of momentum going, and then if you remember, DePaul fumbled. We can't be having that from the kid. I know he's a little nervous coming in the second half, but we can't have that. And he's under heat. The offensive line has to protect him if they want him to be successful. I mean, their D-line's all over us today. He's all over us. Not a good day for our O-line. They're going to be running a little extra. They're definitely not getting their post-game meal. Huge play. Huge catch on the back. Like, oh, what a play by Scooter Page on that. Amazing. Incredible. Great kid. Now we're going to see if we can get him on the trickery again. Probably not going to work, but let's see what we can do. He's hit as he's releasing the ball. We're probably not. That's going to stay in the bag for a while until we get some better athletes on this team. We're going to run. Tyson has space. He makes a cutback. He's trying to make some people miss. He's able to pick up some big yards in that play. Tyson is not having as a productive week as he has been having in recent weeks. You know, obviously he had to sit out most of that first quarter. It's not really his fault, but just, yeah, not having the most productive game today. Strickland loses one on that play. We're just going to go into the fourth quarter. Fellas, let's throw our fours up. We're going to have a big fourth quarter if we want to win this game. Let's go, boys. It's the fourth quarter. We're down 2 scores. We're trying to win our first rivalry matchup amongst these kids. Send them back to D3 where they belong. We don't want to give them their first win, and we especially don't want to give it to them on our home turf. Second and 11 here. We're just going to try and play it safe, maybe hit Page underneath. It looks like they're going to leave McLawler open, and it's a horrible throw! Man! More and more, it looks like this game is over. It's just not going well for our offense today. Clearly, both of our quarterbacks have the turnover issues. Honestly, I'm thinking we're going to have to throw Olsen back in there. You know, I was hoping that we could get something out of this kid, but he came in and he just wasn't ready for the actual game. So we're going to go back in the depth chart. We're letting Olsen know on the sideline that he's heading back in the game. Hopefully his confidence isn't too shook. Hopefully this is actually woken him up a little bit more.
Just inside their own 40 at the 39.
Looks like they're throwing, shockingly. And unfortunately, their receiver just out-athleted Freeman on that play, and he was outran to the spot. It's an unfortunate situation. He tried his best. He just wasn't fast enough for it.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth
You know,
quarter.
Freeman, he bit on the play action there, and he gives up the very, very important first down. Luckily, he bit on the play action and tried to keep going for the sack, but that just didn't help us out. And they're just going to walk in untouched in the end zone. Boys, we're down 21 points going into this fourth. There's not much time left. It's not looking good. We just didn't show up today. We might have celebrated our one win a little too hard, and you know, our pants were a little bit bigger than they should have been today. You know, we forgot to tighten our belts. We forgot to show up and play football. It's looking like our Pop Warner program today. It's an unfortunate situation. We're going to see if Buford's actually going to take the ball out here. He's going to see if he can get a return, but he's unfortunately stopped down at the 13. It's not great for us. It's not looking great. Olsen's back in the game. We're going to see if he can turn this game around. Now, they're running press coverage, so he's actually going to make a change at the line. He's going to send Williamson deep. Williamson makes a play. He breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races. Are they going to catch him? It looks like they may, but he breaks a tackle, and he's brought down all the way at the 7. It's plays like that may be able to get us back into the game. Huge play on that play. Olsen comes in, and it looks like his confidence is not even shook at all. Pitches it out to Tyson. Tyson jukes inside, and he walks into the end zone. Fellas, this is a game again. The defense has to make a stop if we want to win the football game. But fellas, we get one stop. I mean, we're only down 14. 2 touchdowns in 6 minutes is doable. We need to get some stops on defense if we're going to want that to happen, obviously. But I like our odds. 2 plays, 87 yards, 24 seconds. There's a special word for that, and it is efficiency.
Touchdown just like that. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14. And
Man.
about to kick it away.
Just purely electric.
And he takes this from inside the 5.
We try to make the big hit. They're breaking a bunch of tackles, and he luckily steps out of bounds up to 39.
38 after that return.
38, according to the announcer. Oh, it is the 38. Yep. They unfortunately had a huge return there, which isn't ideal, but they're running the ball. We're blitzing them, and they just have a hole. They have a hole. Yeah, they pick up huge yards on that. Hart's having a good day for them. Our defense just doesn't want to play football today, man. They're playing it like it's flag. The offensive line is dominating our front 7, and they're kind of embarrassing us.
They're going to ride this running back.
And he's just going to walk into the end zone. This whole defense is about to get benched.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the
This is horrible. It's a horrible showing from us.
running the ball being
We're trying to get our first home victory. We've already been embarrassed at home once this season, and this is how we want to play? This is how we want to play? At this rate, we're never going to win our conference. We're never going to get into the playoffs. We're never going to make a bowl game. We're never going to get good recruits. I'm trying to build a... Oh, man, I'm trying to build a culture here, and they just want nothing to do with it. After that rant, our offense is back out in the field. We're hoping that we can get another quick score like last drive. We are going to send Foreman deep backside. Hopefully he can get some trickery. We're actually going to throw an interception! Oh my God, man! None of our quarterbacks can read the field. None of them. They can't throw anybody open. They can't do anything. We just suck. Now I'm losing my cool on the sideline over here a little bit, but our defense is back on the field. They have to make a tackle, and they're not gonna, and we're getting totally outclassed by a team that I know is not better than us. That's why I'm so frustrated. Man. Yeah, we're just going to hit him forward. Yeah, great, smart play. Smart play on that one. That quarterback looks like Tom Brady. It's ridiculous. It's not Tom Brady. Our DB just doesn't want to do anything. They have a wide open touchdown. Guys, this is a blowout. I'm sick of this team. I'm sick of the performance they put in the field today. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They didn't come game ready. They clearly partied too hard last night. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Our fans are disgusted with us. I'm disgusted with them. They're disgusted with each other. This is horrible. We're not going to build a winning culture this way, fellas. Now, we're down by so much. I'm hoping that we can at least end this game with some positive notes. It's not looking very good.
They'll start this drive with a pass.
McLawler can't even hold on to the ball that's thrown right at him. I mean, we just suck today. We just suck. It looks like our whole team decided that they wanted to play today hungover.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here with a big lead in the game. You're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing
We're able to pick up 7 on that play, but I mean, at this point, I'm just hoping that we can avoid giving them the ball back to make this uglier than it has to. They're going to take round 1 of the MASCAC showdown at the D1 level, it looks like. I mean, we can't even catch the ball, man. Scooter Page goes down with an injury. This isn't looking good for us. I don't know why, Coach. I don't know why we're going to go for it, but I mean, might as well go for the first. We got nothing to lose, right? Pitches it out to Tyson. Tyson can't make anybody miss, and we just suck! Man! Now, luckily, Page's injury is just a abdominal strain. He's gonna be out. He's gonna be out the rest of the game. But I mean, again, it's not like there's a game that he's. Now they actually get us in that trickery, and they're gonna walk in untouched again, man. They're just gonna. We're just playing like little boys today. We're playing like little kids at Pop Warner. This is horrible.
took everything on defense to
Man.
get that guy down on the 1-yard line. He is a monster, Dave.
Like, it's just embarrassing. If I was these kids' parents, I would be pissed. They wouldn't be coming home this weekend. I'd tell them that they have to stay at school. Simple as that. They're not invited to family dinner this week. Nope. Nope. No chance. Safe to say there's going to be no parties on campus at least, because after the ass kicking that UMass Dartmouth is laying down on us, there's a 0% chance that anyone wants to go to a football party. You know, we got a decent return there, but it doesn't even matter. We're down so much that it's just everything's useless at this point. Again, we're just going to avoid trying to give them the ball back to make this uglier than it is. Our team just did not come to play football today. Tyson's got some space. He's going to make some people miss, and he's brought down at the 39? Sure, that was odd. I mean, it's just bad. Terrible showing by our squad today. We're going to see if we can score a touchdown. It's not looking great. Olsen's going to go for the scramble. He's trying to get some space. He has some green grass in front of him. He's going to get a huge run, and he's going to slide down at the 39 to avoid the unnecessary hit. Just an unfortunate day in the office, fellas. An unfortunate day in the office. Can't even get the ball out. I wanted to hit that slant going across the field. Unfortunately, we were hit as we were throwing that ball out extremely hard. And we're going to throw it up to Williamson here, give him a chance to make a play. He can't catch the ball just like the rest of our team. I mean, at this point, I don't even know what we can do. We're all useless, apparently. Now, here comes one of Page's substitutes, CJ Peaks, and he had a solid, bright week of practice. We should have gotten involved a little bit more today because it's someone that he hasn't been on the field very much at all this season, so you can't really prepare for him, but he makes a great play there. And he makes another great play here, catching it on the sideline, getting us down at the 6. It looks like we finally woke up, but it's a little too late, fellas. Should have woke up earlier. You came out hot, and that fire got put out quickly. You got punched in the mouth, and you couldn't punch back. Olsen's going to go for the scrambler here. He's going to walk in untouched, but why does it even matter? That's just a stat now. Doesn't even matter. Just a disappointing day from my Bears. You know, this week in practice is definitely going to be some intense condo after this embarrassing show. Haven't decided what we're going to do yet, but yeah, we might lose a couple kids on the roster after next week. Who knows? Who knows? Valentine can't even come down the field and make a tackle. It just bounces off, and it looks like a Pop Warner football player at that point. Just embarrassing. It's a horrible, embarrassing performance from our team today. Freeman looks like he belongs at D3, which is where he ended up. Tyson was our bright spot. Again, even then he wasn't as productive as he has been this season. It's not a good day in the office for the Bears today. We're going to run commit, obviously. We know they're going to run the clock out. Looks like they're... Nope. They are going to run the football. Yep. Hart's having a huge day. 21 for 152. Clearly, he came to prove a point. I mean... Fellas, just wasn't our day, I guess. And they're going to hit the jet touch pass and have a ton of space. And he's just going to run and keep running. And we're tackling him down at the 32-yard line. It looks like they're going to continue running plays even with such minimal time left on the clock. We're going to remember this for next season. We're going to remember this. Things will be different next year. That's a promise. That's a fact. We're going to send this team home next season. We're going to have it marked on the calendars. And we're going to be ready to embarrass them. Now, next season, we are going to their home turf. So, you know, it's not going to be at home, so it's not going to be as sweet. But win's a win, especially against our rivals. As the clock hits 0 here, I don't even think we're going to look at the stats. I'm embarrassed. I just want to get out of the locker room and go home. I'm going to rush these dudes out of the locker room after that horrible, horrible performance. And I just hope that they know that they are in for an extremely rough week of practice. UMD is celebrating like they just won the Super Bowl on our Bear. That was our first conference game, so they're ahead of us in the conference now. It wasn't looking great. It's just a horrible day. The team did not show up to play, you know. I don't even have words for it today. We're not even going to look at the stats because how disgusted I am with this squad. And fellas, I will see you in recruiting if there is any updates. Well, after that pitiful performance we put on the field and a lot of self-reflection on myself as a coach, we are in a new week here of the season and we are looking at recruiting. Now, after reaching out to athlete Elijah McClendon and offering a scholarship, we have jumped all the way into first place. And if you look at his stats, he's 6'1", 200 pounds with a 90 speed, and decent catching stats, and some decent short route running. He can jump out of the building with a 91 jumping. So again, we're heavily interested in him. We're hoping we can hold this lead over other big schools like Penn State and Ohio State. We took ourselves out of the race on wide receiver Nick Radigan. You know, we did like what we saw on tape with the 92 speed. You know, he can fly for sure, but unfortunately, with the big school in Massachusetts like Boston College already offering the scholarship, we're pretty much out of that race. Athlete Ronson Cooper, we have touched on him a little bit, you know. Biggest update is we just have increased our lead over Florida. You know, it's looking like he really does want to come here. Derelict, you know, same thing. Just leads growing over Memphis. And we have actually moved in to 4th place on defensive tackle Channing Haskins. We've offered him a scholarship, you know. We've commented on a couple of his posts. And after reviewing him, we like his size, 6'3", 294 pounds, and we like what we've seen on tape. He looks like he can be a decent football player at the Division I level, and we're hoping we can get him here. We have also moved in the first place on linebacker Robert Banogu. We are the only team to offer him a scholarship so far. We have DM'd him and we've commented on a few of his posts. And again, like what we see, he can move around a little bit. He's 6'1", 230 pounds, and, you know, 78 tackle. Ideally, that he can come in here and wrap players up and bring them to the ground immediately. Jameel Hatchett, another player we moved in the first place on. We're out recruiting teams like Florida. Again, we're the only team to offer him a scholarship. We scattered him up. He's kind of looking like he's going to be a linebacker type. With his 75 tackle and his 70 zone coverage, he's looking like he's going to be a solid player, maybe on the outside. You know, we unfortunately can't see. No, he does have an 84 speed, so I mean, yeah, I kind of like the idea of him being on the outside, being able to make tackles in space. Unfortunately, he might end up more of a Mike linebacker role on our team with his abilities. You know, we do run the 4-2-5 defense, meaning a lot of the times our D end are more like edge rushers from our outside linebackers, and we're not really sure if that plays into his play strength. We're thinking that he's going to be better off dropping back into pass coverage and making tackles. We also moved into first on middle linebacker Steven Regis. You know, he has not very good zone coverage. Decent speed. But, yeah, you know, he is a pass coverage linebacker. But, you know, what we've seen on tape, he just doesn't seem like it. We're going to see after we bring him in what we can get out of him. But, you know, who knows? He might end up even on the DN next year. Who knows? You know, we've reached out to his friends and family. We've reached out to him on social media. We've let them know they're interesting. And other than that, not much has changed. Our lead on Bo Jorgensen over UAB is continuing to grow. This is a kid we're really hoping we get here. We love what we've seen on tape. He's 6'1", 204. He's looking like he's going to be a big number 1 corner for our squad. So again, that's really it in recruiting. We're going to see what we got. We're hoping we get some of these kids to commit here soon. After that pitiful performance, we have officially fallen to 1-3 in the season, and we go into week 6 going up against Middle Tennessee State. You can see they are 2-2. They're 2-1 in conference plays. And, you know, we're hoping that we can go into this game and leave 2-3. We're going to their house. They're fired up. They're ready to kick some butt. We're coming off of a loss. We have nothing to lose. I mean, you know, we're not going to be making any bowl games this season, most likely. So hopefully we can come out. We wake up after that game last week, and that we show up here to play today and hopefully get a win. We're going to see what we got. we're out of time today. But until next time, fellas, have a good one. Peace out.